All right, guys, it finally happened. The thing that on this show we've been talking about, as at SLC Dunk we've been talking about it. It finally happened. The Utah Jazz changed their starting lineup to add spacing, and they won handily against the Sacramento Kings. This is Hanson James. This is the Utah Jazz postgame show on the Hoops Nerd channel. Sacramento was on the back end of a back-to-back. So you've got to give them credit for coming out. They probably were tired. You definitely were tired. But the Utah Jazz did something that they should have done a month ago, a long time ago. And they just wouldn't do it for whatever reason. They do it tonight, and what happens? The Jazz put in Jay Crowder, and spacing happens. Room for Ricky Rubio to get to the rim. Room for Ricky Rubio to get some space for his shot. Room for people like Grayson Allen, Joe Ingles, even Dante Exum to get room, even though he couldn't make a shot at the rim tonight. My goodness. But everyone played better. And you know what else happened? Rudy Gobert had room to work down low. So tonight, and Willie CauleyStein has been fantastic this season. He's been honestly one of the untold stories of the year for the Kings. That he's just been so good for them. And in the Jazz matchups before this one, he's been really, really good. Tonight, I wonder if he was a little bit tired, but at the same time, I think that Rudy Gobert was playing with space. Before, it's Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors just butting heads down in the paint. Tonight, they had room to work. You know, it's so much easier for this team to score and play defense when they have a spaced lineup with either Crowder, Tabo, Niang at the 4. It just is. Derek Favors is an elite player. None of this is Derek Favors' fault. It's that he's playing out of position. He is a starting level center in the NBA. So when you have Rudy Gobert on your starting lineup and then have Derek Favors backing him up, you have 48 minutes of elite center play, especially with your starting lineup. And then Derek Favors can do work against opposing teams' second units. Tonight, you saw that. Derek Favors was a beast tonight. Derek Favors had 11 points on 4 for 7 shooting. He had 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. He was just a monster. 3 blocks. This is what we needed to do forever ago. And like I said, grain of salt a little bit because the Kings were probably tired. They rested De'Aaron Fox tonight a lot, which, you know, might have just been because of the back-to-back and not wanting to put too much mileage on his legs. And they probably saw that this game was a little out of hand at a certain point. And so what's the point in hurting your young player? But the Jazz had space, and that was the name of this game. They played good defense. Tonight they held the Kings, let's see. The Jazz had Jazz win 133-112, but it just felt like the Kings had 79 points at the end of the third quarter, I believe. That's pretty phenomenal considering the points the Jazz have been giving up this season. And considering the pace this year, it's just a good sign for the Utah Jazz because things have been looking bad. And if the Jazz lose this game, they fall to 8-12. Now they're 9-11. They're only 2 games under 500. And honestly, they're only 4 or 5 games back out of first place. That's how crazy the Western Conference is. You lose one game or win one game and things shuffle every game. So big time night for the Utah Jazz. I love Derek Favors. He is the hero of tonight because he is willing to do what it takes to win. And that's why you've got to give full credit to Derek Favors. Absolute beast. And the best teammate you could ask for, someone willing to give up a starting spot to help the team win. All props go to Derek Favors for tonight. And also Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio was phenomenal. He was hitting shots. The first half, the Jazz offense wasn't working all that great, but Ricky Rubio was. And Ricky Rubio, more often than not in the last 6-7 games, his offense has really turned around. His defense, a few times, has been really lacking, and that's something that was making me really nervous at one point. I was like, if his shooting's not on, his defense is not on, I don't know what you are getting. But tonight his defense was good, his offense was phenomenal, and the Jazz won. And it's not surprising. Like, this is one thing I've talked about too. You guys know what I say about Ricky Rubio. All I do is say the truth. But what I've been saying before is a lot of these things might not even be Rubio's fault. He doesn't have space to work. How can you score if you have no room to get a shot off or get to the bucket? You know, it's tough. And it's tough for everyone else on this team. The Jazz didn't even have Donovan Mitchell tonight. And that's one other thing is I think this was a good game for Donovan Mitchell to see. I think Donovan Mitchell just needs to be okay some nights scoring 18 points. You know, just get your points within the offense, because Donovan Mitchell would have scored 35 tonight with the tired Kings and with space. Please let Quinn Snyder continue this spacing starting lineup, because you will see Donovan Mitchell turn it around. You can count on it. You can bank on it. Bet all your money on it. When Donovan Mitchell comes back and they have this spacing, the Jazz are back, baby. They're back. All right, guys, like and subscribe this channel. Do it. We're doing Jazz videos all the time and more videos coming. I will talk to you later.